back to the show. The book is called Warning, Don't Go There. It's a cautionary tale about a single woman falling in love with a man in prison. We're here with the author, Cynthia James. It's a fascinating title. That intrigued me. Don't go there. So what happened here? Obviously, this is something autobiographical. Tell us your story. You fell in love with a guy in prison. How?
Well, I met a man in prison. I married him in prison.
Well, back up now. It didn't happen that quick, right? So you meet a guy in prison. How'd you meet him?
Okay, I met him in prison through a friend.
Right.
And, you know...
She set you up?
Not necessarily set me up, because I went with her to meet her husband.
Gotcha.
And in turn, I guess he saw me, and then it was like, okay, I wanted to meet that person, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then from there, that's pretty much how it started.
So how do you go from he sees you, you see him, they want to have you start doing more business, I assume, right? Walk me through how you go from catching each other's eye to getting married.
Well, he didn't catch my eye in the beginning. Mm-hmm. What had happened was he forwarded a letter or note over to my friend, whom I, was with that particular day, and
to bring her back.
Yeah, and I was so hesitant, like I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't see him,
right?
And then one thing led to another. Okay, it was like, okay, yeah, I can get my phone number. I'll talk to him. No big deal, because I was really, really into church at that time.
Right.
So I felt as though maybe I could evangelize to him or something. That's the way I thought about it. Mm. And
so he calls you.
I let him have my phone number.
Collect,
he called
right?
me.
Play collect, right?
Eventually, yeah, he did call me collect. One collect calls, $5.
Right.
And took from there, we talked, and somehow or another he got me to believe that even he could make a change from the crime that he committed.
And that crime was?
Murder, one.
Okay, so you fell in love with a guy. So what's going through your mind as you find yourself falling for him? I'm sure you're telling friends, or maybe you're not. You're telling other people, I'm falling for this guy, and what are they saying to you? And what do you do?
During the time I really was not out there really telling anybody about it. It was pretty much just me and my friend who basically knew.
Right.
It wasn't nothing that I was announcing or anything like that.
Right. Did it scare you, the fact you found yourself falling for him? Did you think he was out? You thought he was redeemed, right? But did it scare you that you were falling for a guy who was in prison and up for murder? What was going through your own mind?
It was very uncomfortable. The fact that usually I would not go for a guy who has committed. That was just beyond me. Well, for some reason or another, he changed my mind. I don't know how.
Tell me what he said. What did he say? What kind of things made your heart melt?
Well, everybody makes mistakes, and that was then, and I learned my lesson, and that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, that's true. And by his father being a pastor, he even gave me a quote scriptures.
His dad was a pastor.
Yeah, his father was a pastor.
So that connection, his dad was a pastor. You were a church person, so you had a spiritual thing going on.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So at the end of you getting married at some point. We don't have a 6 minutes, but you get married. From the conversations, you end up getting married. Now, does he ever get out of prison?
He had got out of prison.
Yeah.
In 2007. He got deported back to Jamaica.
Okay.
And I did go down there for a week. To spend...
After you're married this time, right?
Yeah, we're still married.
So what happened? He wrote this book for real. So after you had the marital bliss over the phone, he's out, he's deported, you go visit him. Something happened. What happened? Break it down for us.
Well, what happened was, because it's a long story, to kind of make it short, I found out, I'm not sure whether it was during or before or after I went to Jamaica to stay with him, that I found out that he had cheated on me. Mm-hmm. And the way I found out was I had set up a phone system, some type of phone system that they have where you can view your phone bill online and everything. So something said to me, it was like, maybe it was the Lord or something telling me, look at your phone bill, look at your phone bill, look at your phone bill. And I looked at the phone bill and I saw all these calls, and then, make a long story short, when I confronted him about it, I had all these crazy excuses until I finally talked to the female herself. Then I talked to him and the female. Then it was like, we're in love and this and that and all this.
So he played. I played. Okay,
yeah.
So about 2 minutes now. So end of the day, you wrote this book. What else? What compelled you to take your hurt and pain of being played and to put this into a book?
I'm going to tell you what compelled me. What compelled me was that normally when I have something going on with me, I'll write in a journal. And I was writing at work. I'm just continuously writing. Someone said to me, a friend of mine said to me, why don't you write a book about it, because it may bless somebody else who's going through the same thing, to kind of like help women understand reasons why they should reconsider before establishing a relationship with an incarcerated man.
Right, because a lot of women who do, right, we know from listening to the radio stations at night, you have girlfriends putting out, send outs to their boyfriends.
Yes.
What would you tell those folks now, in hindsight, about getting involved with someone in prison?
I would ask those women to at least think and rethink before they consider doing that. Because the women nowadays have to realize that the choices that they make for themselves don't only affect them, but it affects the persons that are in their life, their loved ones, and the people who love them.
When you look back, you were vulnerable, it seems like, right? Why were you so vulnerable to fall for a guy in prison? When you look back at yourself, what made you so vulnerable to fall for him?
Well,
a guy who was murdered.
You know what? Because I believe when I look back on and had examined myself, I knew I had a control issue that stemmed from my childhood. Maybe some type of low self-esteem somewhere.
Meaning you wanted to control, or you needed to be controlled?
I wanted to be in control.
Okay.
I have been in control. I was being controlled all my life. So now it's my time to be in control. You got to wait for me to see you, to talk to you, to accept your phone calls. Mm-hmm. I'm in control. So I think a lot of women have a lot of reasons why they make these bad choices for themselves. You see?
What about the person who says, listen, they found love in prison, and it is true love, the person redeemed, and to go out and they are happily ever after? We know there are tales of that too.
Exactly. And that's why in the book I do say that there are extenuating circumstances. And some of the extenuating circumstances are sometimes, what I put in there is that sometimes people know people before they have gone to prison. Extenuating circumstance. Husband, boyfriend.
Right. In your case, you didn't. You met him there. So, okay, you didn't really know him before I got there. Okay, we've got to run. But
yes.
The cautionary tale is red flags, warning, don't go there, be very careful.
Yes, it is. Very careful.
Folks, again, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. When we come back, we'll play tribute to Aesop Swap, one of Connecticut's rising stars, a tremendous football player and role model who lost his life to cancer at age 26. We have family and friends in the studio to talk about what made him so special. Remember, catch our show online 24/7, foxct.com/Dan. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter too. Do not go away.